What do you think it is?
I think it is some sort of Smoky Mountain. They did it before. The JK had a Smoky Mountain. Like, I see that a bear and a bear cub. And we're going to be in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. That looks, you know what I mean? Taking a detour.
Wow,
Our
that
next
was
drop is taking the long way home, headed to the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion August 20th.
Today on Dirt Road Cred Jeep News, we are talking a delayed 12 for 12 drop that we just saw, as well as a secret hiding in plain sight that even we missed while touring the Toledo Jeep plant. Let's break that down and much more today on Dirt Road Cred August Jeep News. Before we get into this one, guys, we've got to give a final pitch for our giveaway Mojave Vice Gladiator. This thing is over August 31st, 2026. So we're giving that Jeep away and $10,000. I'm sure by now you guys know about the giveaway, but if it's your first time on the channel, check out our website for all the official rules, no purchase necessary. But something cool for the month of August is this is the highest entry multiplier that we've ever done. So it's 300x entries at a minimum. Some of our friends and other brands are even higher, including our merch and swag and other products. So go on there, check it out, add something to your cart. The team at Lake and Trail and MB Court donated a full MB Court RGB audio system throughout the whole Jeep. This thing sounds like a recording studio inside, and then when you turn the radio down, that 5.7 cruises along outside. So don't miss out. Get on the website. Your last chance to see this Jeep in person will be at the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, so make sure to come by. We will be at an outside booth. But one thing that's also going to be pretty exciting from the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion is the 12 for 12 drop that was supposed to happen today at noon. It was a really interesting one because the drop was there, and then immediately after it stopped, it said this drop has been postponed to August 20th, which is the Thursday at the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. We've obviously been in contact with a couple of our friends over at Jeep. We don't know what the drop is, but being that it's at Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, that there's bears on the crate, and it looks like it's dropping into the Smokies, we have a pretty good idea of what we think this thing might be, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. Plus, I do think we'll be able to see it in person on Thursday, hopefully with a little bit of an earlier access, maybe even on Wednesday. So if you guys want to stay locked in on this content, be sure to subscribe and put your notifications on, and we'll try and get you all these 12 for 12 drops as soon as they happen. So let's break it down a little bit, what we think this one could be. Obviously, Ryan, it's got to relate to the Smoky Mountains. There's a bear and a bear cub on there. When we're at the Smokies, we always see black bears. Heck, they were on our porch. They tried to climb into your anvil two-door the other year. There's always black bears down there. So what we're thinking is it's going to be some sort of either black bear, Smoky Mountain. I don't think it would make sense anything else besides the Smoky. We thought maybe California or some other place where bears are involved. It's got to be something Smoky Mountain related. Or who knows, maybe it could be a Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion Jeep. They had Jeep Beach Jeeps the other year with actually that on the window sticker. But one thing that got our curiosity very piqued was that on the website, it said like, we're here to make the Smokies louder, or Jeep's coming to make the Smokies louder. Is that V8 talk? Is it 392? What is it? Because to speak quite candidly, we did have a couple conversations from the Jeep team that said they were very excited for August 20th. So now this makes sense. They're going to be at the Smokies. They're going to bring this Jeep with them, I would hope, in person there, and we'll be able to see it and also see exactly what it is. Now, one thing we also thought it could be, back in 2017, the JK actually had a Smoky Mountain edition. That was a pretty neat collaboration with the team at American Expedition Vehicles, where they had the AEV heat reduction hood. You could add on the AEV bumpers, gloss black wheels, paint to match fenders, paint to match top, and it was a pretty cool JK trim in the year 2017. But now you can see kind of the similarities to the tail end of the JK, the tail end of the JL. That was a 2017 model. The last model JK was 2018. This is going to be a 2027 model, so fill in the pieces there. I think we're very close to the tail end of the JL, but I'm going to put my money on it's going to be a Smoky Mountain edition. It's got to be. I mean, literally the whole drop is Smoky Mountains. We're in the Smokies, like, and then it's going to be like something else completely different, like a Bear Cub edition or something. So guys, really what we got to start talking about too is what is this edition going to be? It's very fun for us to guess and then see it in person and see how accurate we are. It's almost like a little bit of betting to see who is closer. But is this going to be a decal package? Is it going to be more involved now that we're at the tail end of the 12 for 12? And the recent editions have been very much so dialed in. The Laredo with the full brown interior, the America 250, all these other additions that really have a lot more to the inside and the outside. Or could it mean maybe potentially a new color is coming? We've been talking about new colors coming out here. I know Jeep does refresh and recycle them through. Firecracker Red's been gone for a while. They're dropping a ton of other colors. So will there be a new color accompanying this, or is it just going to be a decal package and then maybe a little bit on the inside? I know they just did. What do they do in Canada? They did a Canadian Rocky Mountain, and that was a 392 with, I don't know what the inside looks like on that one, but I'd be curious if they're going to bring that to the US and call it a different edition, because they've already got it for Canada. So maybe that's one 12 for 12 that they can bring into the US, kind of save some cost there, and they could technically call it the Rocky Mountain edition, right? Or Smoky, just change one word, and there you go. Shout out to, speaking of Canadian Jeeps, Canadian Jeep fans, our friends from Canada. I know you've been asking, we haven't tried the ketchup Lay's chips that you brought us yet, but we will as soon as we get off this video. Thank you guys for all the support up north in Canada, but maybe this is something related to that. That was a 392, I think, based on the Willys-ish platform, so could that be coming for this trim, and are we going to get another V8? I think another V8 added to the lineup on top of the Willys 392 would be a really cool addition, and because the Laredo didn't get it, maybe they skip one and then add another V8 here so they can pump them out and also see what the audience interaction is. But I don't know, my money's on the Smoky Mountain edition. But it's also a little bit odd because it doesn't show that this is coming for the Gladiator. More to come on that, but something exciting for the Gladiator that we actually missed because we were just so excited last week when we were at the Jeep plant. You guys called it out on our photos and some of our other friends' photos that were out there. This was hidden in plain sight, Ryan. It was a granite crystal Rubicon. It looks like Rubicon Gladiator that had Extreme Recon wheels and tires on it.
No Rubicon graphic.
No Rubicon graphic, just it looked either US or the Euro Rubicon hood on there, but it had the XR wheels and XR tires. So 35s on the Extreme Recon wheels, and we completely missed it. We were just so baffled by the Goldilocks Rock Slide edition and all the mix match colors that were in there. But as the tail end of the Gladiator plant, we were allowed to take photos and video there, and we totally missed it, Ryan. The only thing I can tell you is that when we pulled away, like we were pulling away, there was another one rolling up like that with the Extreme Recon wheels and tires. Now, I'll tell you like it is, you can fit those tires and wheels on a stock Rubicon suspension and it'll clear no problem. So I don't know if it had a lift on it. I don't know if it's going to be what everyone's been asking for, which is the Extreme Recon Gladiator. But there was no 392 hood on it, interesting enough. Like everyone has been talking about doing a V8 Gladiator. Trust us, trust them. They know everyone wants one. This one did not have the 392 hood on. It just had a set of wheels and tires. So was it a one-off build? Was it something that was dealer ordered? Was it kind of a preemptive test to what could be coming in the future? There's a lot of speculation because I do think so many people like ourselves would be interested in buying an Extreme Recon Gladiator with 456 gears, with lockers, and then all of the factory warranty that was on there. I know a lot of people are also going to say this didn't have the fender extensions that are typically put on. We do know that I think I'm almost 100% positive those are installed at the custom shop right across the road from the Jeep plant where you can see all the XRs going in there to get their spare wheels and tires on. This is interesting, though, because it was obviously the Extreme Recon wheels that come off of the new XRs, but what were they doing on a Gladiator? I think a lot of speculation can be made about this, and obviously we'll speculate and maybe say, what was it, a one-off? Was it a custom build that they're planning for next year? Is it something to do with the Smoky Mountain edition? We have no idea, and we were not privy to that information. We were allowed to take some photos and videos there, and now our curiosity is piqued because of you guys watching our content so closely. But would you guys buy an Extreme Recon Gladiator? And if so, what would have to be the price point? Because I know that they're typically built on a Rubicon and a Willys trim. What would the price point be that you'd be like, hey, I would buy that, I would pick that up, and here's what I'd be willing to pay over? Right now, the Extreme Recon package on the Wrangler is something like $29.95. You can get it added on there, and then you get the 35s, the bigger brakes, the lockers, etc. You kind of get the full package underneath there. Would you buy that in a Gladiator if it was available? And if so, do you think that could be one of the 12 for 12 drops that they've been launching out? But guys, kind of as we wrap this one up, the plant tour was kind of, I think our friend Jerry said it well, sensory overload. When you're walking in there was very tight-lipped tour. No cameras were allowed in a lot of the segments, but in the places that we could take pictures and video, we kind of thought it was interesting that was just sitting there. You know, that was just sitting because we did the full tour and it was like, hey, at the end of the Gladiator assembly line when they're rolling off, that's where we're going to take some cameras. That's where we're going to take some video back at the end. And we are getting closer with Jeep, but we do not know what that vehicle is, and we don't know what the 12 for 12s are. We can tell you guys that with 100% transparency because we've also told them we kind of don't want to know so we can be excited for each of the drops. As we get closer with them, we're hoping to learn some more back-end information, and when the information is available to come out, we want to launch it at the same time. We're not like a TMZ or like a Dish kind of internet forum here where we're just ripping Jeep apart and trying to break news that isn't publicly available. We're doing this the respectful way and trying to also launch it when Jeep is ready to, so we can give you guys all of the information. We're curious about this one. We also want to know more, but I'm hoping that we can learn a little bit while we're at the Smokies next week. Well, guys, we're going to kind of wrap this one up here. We are definitely going to be excited to see you all at the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion next week in Pigeon Forge. We have a massive 40 by 100 booth. That is 4,000 square feet. We've got 3 or 4 tents, our trailer, plenty to set up and see. We've got our Jeeps, our friends' rigs. We're going to try and bring as many Dirt Road CRED builds as we can down there and really show you guys everything that we have to offer. And if you guys haven't seen the Toledo video, make sure to check that out as we go through the tour, our entire experience, and so much fun that we had. So thank you to everyone for stopping out and visiting that as well. Check out that video because it has just been uploaded and we had a fantastic time. But until next time, Ryan's behind the camera, I'm here talking to you, and we want you to get out there and earn yours.